We're testing our brakes because we were just coming down this mountain and our left front brakes started smoking and smelling, so we pulled over. Luckily there was this pull out here and we let our brakes cool down, and now Austin's testing them just to make sure they work because they got a little weak on them.
Snow, craziest wind, the craziest rain. It's like the universe is putting us through a test on our first big drive. Otto's having a great time. He slept damn near 9 hours, I think. He's found himself a cozy spot right here. Jess had envisioned this spot for a long time, and he just has settled right in. So it's currently like 20-something degrees out. It's going to get down into the teens tonight, so we'll really be able to test out being warm in the van, getting warm in the van. So yeah, it has been nothing short of an adventure so far, and the week has just begun. So see ya when we see you.
It looks like a painting through the camera.
It's freaking freezing in here.
Can't feel my face.
First morning, 27 degrees on the thermometer.
Otto's loving it.
Yeah, I was jumping around like it's Christmas.
Is it Christmas vibe?
Woo! And the sun's coming out, but the high today is only 40, so I think we're gonna be fighting the cold all day, trying to stay warm, but it makes for a fun adventure. Got coffee on. All right, as I said yesterday, on our trip up, the van took a turn for what seemed like the worst case scenario for a little bit. So let's get into it. So we were about 4 hours away from home, and we were going through a pretty big cold front. We knew that was ahead of us. We knew we were going to have to go through some pretty heavy rain, some wind, and then the first raindrop started, and then it was like downpour. Almost couldn't see in front of you. I figured let's just get off at the next exit and just wait it out, see if it calms down a little bit. As we were turning off the exit at the light going onto whatever road it was, I felt like the steering wheel kind of clicked. It felt like it kind of got stuck for a second, but then turned over, no problem. Didn't really think too much of it. As we pulled into the gas station, I go to turn, power steering completely gone. Just a sudden drop of fear over the body. Instantly, Jess is like, what happened? And I'm like, I got no power steering. We're on the side of the gas station in the parking lot. I must have put it in park. I don't even think I turned the van off. And I put it back in drive, and it was back. The power steering was completely back. So we moseyed our way up underneath the awning of where the gas pumps are. And that's when just every thought crossed your mind. This trip's over. What are we going to do? We can't drive anywhere with the risk of our power steering going out. I was freaking out. Jess kept it very calm and collected, went right into research mode. So it was just like our first big trip, the thought of like it's over, it's done. Also, we're stranded 4 hours from home, 4 hours from our destination with no power steering potentially. It's our anniversary trip. Day one, we haven't even made it halfway. And it's just every possible thought is running through the mind. And I'm sure it is for Jess, but she kept it very calm. I was hands in face, just borderline tears. Jess texted her cousin. Her cousin said that's happened to her before, and it came back. And we quickly realized it wasn't as big of a deal as I was making it out in my head, and that it could be an easy fix. So Jess started looking up mechanics, and we found a spot about a mile away, drove down there. Walked in, the dude was super nice. And all along, it's just downpouring. And the temperature's dropping. We're getting cold. We're going out under the hood, getting soaked. It's just like mayhem for like a good 2 hours while we figured out what was going on. So I go talk to the guy inside. He said it could be a couple things. Could be low on power steering fluid. It could be really dirty, but he couldn't take a look at it. Super busy, had a guy call out, storms coming in, but he was nice enough to give us some some tips and what to look into. So we checked the power steering fluid. It's full, but it's pretty dirty, so we're hoping that's the problem. Jess found a quick lane, which ended up being a Ford dealership that we drove over to. Before we went into the Ford dealership, I called my neighbor, asked him. He said it could be, the weird part was that the power steering came right back. That was the good thing. So it could have just been something super dirty in the power steering that broke free. It could also be the serpentine belt. So check the serpentine belt for tension, and he said it could just need to be drained and filled. So he said check those things and give him a call back. I go into the Ford quick lane and ran across the nicest guy in the world. His theory right away, since it happened right when the rain started, you probably hit some water and it got up into that belt and made it like skip, and it wasn't able to do its job for that little time period, and then it came back once it grabbed again. The fact that the fluid wasn't low, he didn't think that it being dirty would have caused something like that to happen. And also, if it was something like the power steering pump, it would have just went out completely and it wouldn't have came back. So he was pretty confident that that's what it was. He actually even came out in the rain, looked under the hood, and kind of gave us the clearance that we're probably okay to keep going. I called my neighbor back. He was on board with that too. And it was like the clouds cleared and we were back on the road. Still a little nervous that it would happen again, but it never did. We got off exits. We went different speeds. We got all the way up here into these mountains, and it didn't happen one more time. So we're pretty sure that that's what it was. But what an adventure that was. Oh my Lanta. So on our first big trip in the van, we experienced no power steering for a little bit. We experienced crazy rain. We experienced crazy wind. The last like 4 hours of the trip up here, it was one of those situations where you're just like kind of white knuckling and the wind is just like whipping you. But we made it. We're here. It's been absolutely beautiful. Really cold, but really fun. So that's the update, and we're good. And Jess found these sick chairs on Amazon. They fold up into a bag about 2 foot wide, and this might be the update chair. Like a lot of updates in this chair right here. Just chilling. It's like 44 degrees. That's why I'm dressed like a freaking Eskimo.
van just made it up the biggest incline ever, probably in its lifetime.
Yeah.
At least that we've experienced. How do you feel?
She did well. She's strong. It's a strong van, that's for sure. Built for it. Built Ford tough.
Nice. We're testing our brakes because we were just coming down this mountain and our left front brakes started smoking and smelling. So we pulled over. Luckily there was this pull out here and we're letting our brakes cool down, and now Austin's testing them just to make sure they work because they got a little weak on them. We just learned about brake fade via the internet and also experiencing it in real life. And that's when the brakes don't work as well. So it was kind of scary for a second, but carrying on.
Cruising.
If you're going 50 and 60, just pull it down into 3-speed overdrive. So it's got 4 gears. You bring it down 1 gear, which would be 3rd gear, it'll downshift and it'll slow it. You'll use the engine to slow it a little bit.
So I could save my brakes.
Yeah, you've already crystallized them. If they got them so out there smoking and you didn't have no pedal to stop with.
Right.
All right, I just wanted to go into a little more detail of what happened there. We had been driving through the mountains for 3 days at this point, no issues with the brakes whatsoever, but this was by far the highest the van had climbed. As you saw, we celebrated, transmission did great going up, so we started to make our way down, and we were about halfway down, and we both started smelling something burning, and at first it was real faint, and then quickly realized it was coming from the van. So we pulled over. As we were coming to a stop, it felt like I had like 20% of my brake at that point. Luckily, I was going slow enough, got it to a full stop, put it in park, e-brake on, got out, freaking out. Like, obviously a very scary feeling when you don't feel your brakes work like they should, and you're still 2 miles up a mountain that you have to get down. I'm thinking we're gonna have to get this thing towed. Again, all the thoughts go through your head. Once again, Jess kept it very calm, went into research mode, quickly found out that the brakes seized up from me riding them. You know, obviously I know not to ride the brakes, but I felt like I had no choice coming down this mountain, and I was just doing what I had to do to keep a good distance from the car in front of me. Just found out about using your low gear in these situations and letting the engine do the braking, and we're reading all this online and it's sounding good, but I still needed some reassurance from an actual human being that has been through this. So we called Jess's dad. He's driven semi-trucks his whole life. He gave us some reassurance about using like a stabbing method with your brakes, and also talked to us about using our lower gears. And then, as you could see, we called our neighbor again. He knows this van better than we do. He's helped us a lot on it, so we just wanted his take on it. He said, once you pull back out on the road, throw it in 2nd gear, and you're gonna let the engine do the braking. And I told him I had never used the lower gears before. I don't even know if they work. Of course, chances are they probably do, but I'm just like, what do I do if that doesn't work? He says, everything's gonna be fine. Throw it in that lower gear and it'll all be good. So we get off the phone with Alan, and I'm just like pacing around the car, feeling like I'm about to get on the craziest roller coaster of my life. At a certain point, I was like, let's just go. So we hop in, get to the edge of the lookout, about to get back on the road. I threw it in the lower gear. We cruised out onto the road, started going down, and it went into that lower gear, and you could hear it, you could feel it. It was like the biggest relief of my life. And we were back rocking and rolling. What a game changer the lower gear is. I've driven in mountains my whole adult life. Colorado, up in the Smokies, Blue Ridge, Scotland, some crazy roads out in Scotland, but it's all been in newer cars. So driving these older vans, I learned on this trip, is a whole different ball game. If you've had an older van, you probably know what I'm talking about. And not only is it an older van, it's very, very heavy. So you have to utilize turning your overdrive off and using your lower gears up in the mountains, or it could get really, really dangerous. So if you're looking to buy an older van, think about this. Or if you have any tips or advice, please let us know. We're doing our best to learn everything there is to know about this van and how to drive it safely. And we are very, very grateful that there was a pull-off right there. And we're super thankful for people like Jess's dad, our neighbor Alan, the internet, for helping us out. Super grateful to be able to call on those people in times like that. Appreciative of them for keeping us calm and giving us reassurance. We can't thank them enough. To update, we lost our power steering, we lost our brakes, and we went through some crazy weather, but all to make us better in the long run, especially as we gear up for our trip to Alaska.
Best part about being in a van is that you can cuddle with your dog whenever you stop to get gas. He's so nice. Right? He's so nice. We're celebrating 10 years of marriage today. So cheers to that.
Cheers. See ya.
See ya.
Trip 1 in the books.
Well done.
Got home about 10 minutes ago, and I wanted to show something before we wrap this trip up. Something really cool. So we had the Bluetti powering the fridge, and we don't have the Bluetti hooked up to the car battery yet, so we just charged it to 100%. We were gonna see how long it would power our fridge and electronics like phones, cameras, and stuff like that. And it is Friday. It's actually technically Saturday at 12:30 a.m. Look at that. We have 7% left. A full charge on the Bluetti lasted us almost a full 5 days. I can't really believe it. I mean, that's like perfect. The fridge is still running currently. We have a pack of chicken in there that's frozen solid, and all of our stuff in the fridge side is cold and of use. We didn't waste any food. And yeah, a success. That was a journey home. It was like 10 hours total, but we're home. Phenomenal anniversary trip.
Yeah, it's great.
And we're ready to go to bed. And had a great time, learned a lot. We have a lot to do before Alaska, but we're excited to do it. So we'll see you back here next time. Thanks for tuning in.